Hey friends, welcome to another Money Monday. It's Dr. Brenda, sociologist, financial coach, full-time RVer, traveling the country with my 3 cats. Hey, thanks for being here today. If you don't subscribe, please do so. Hit that button below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. Okay, today I'm going to talk about what it's like to being an entrepreneur. And I've got to give you a little bit of background because being an entrepreneur is still relatively new to me. It's not an undertaking that I just started on a whim. So I've spent most of my career getting the paycheck every 2 weeks, working for nonprofits, doing my proposals, managing projects. But I had money, and now being an entrepreneur is like, I gotta make money. I gotta make the paycheck. It has been very difficult. Now, one of the things as an entrepreneur is, people send me stuff. They send me stories. My mom does this too. They send me stories of somebody who started a YouTube channel and made $1 million in the first year. That just doesn't happen. If it happens once in 10 million times. Most of us struggle with whatever we're doing for a long time. There are born entrepreneurs who can pull money out of a sand pit. But most of us, especially if we don't come into this with some background knowledge, we are starting from scratch, and it is challenging. So today I want to take you through my journey, the 10 lessons that I have learned from being an entrepreneur, okay? So I had to write this down. Here we go. Number 1, the learning curve is high. Okay, I've got my PhD. I wrote the dissertation. I've done all this stuff. I know all about, sociology and research and all that stuff. It helped me. It absolutely helped me being an entrepreneur. But now the learning curve, the technology, the apps, the software, the things I need to know, it is a big learning curve. The whole first year I did nothing but work on developing an online course. I had to learn so much about what it takes to be an entrepreneur and how to set up a business. I mean, my mind is just swimming with all of the things, from forming an LLC to learning how to create things online and to sell things online. The learning curve is high. Give yourself time where there's really probably no money coming in or very little money coming in while you are learning. Second thing, back to technology, back to technology. The technology can make or break you. So I'm pretty good at learning new software, but there's so many things, like there's Zapier. Zapier connects one app to another app. I've learned how to use Canva, ConvertKit. But there's also the technology of being online. Because I'm a full-time RVer, I gotta be online. So I have to figure out between cell service and Wi-Fi and routers and rooftop systems and hotspots. I've gotta be online. How do I upload and download? When all that fails, where's this local Starbucks to help me out with the technology? But the technology is really critical for most of what we do. There are still, sticks and bricks types of stores, but even there, the technology, you gotta know technology. You gotta have a technology person in your corner if you can't do it yourself. Third thing, already up to number 3. Number 3 is it's a lonely road. That first year I sat at that dining room table all by myself, struggling, working through trying to build an online course. And, I would go out to have lunch. I put on a lot of weight too. I'd go out to have lunch just to be around people. And then of course the fact that COVID hit in 2020, the time that, 2019, 2020, when I was just starting, made it even lonelier. So you've got to build some connections online, and taking some online courses helped me make some friends who are still my friends today. But it is a lonely road. All of the decisions are mine. In many ways, I would be better off if I had a partner who could supplement some of the things that I don't do very well at. You know, I could, if I were teamed up with a really great marketing person, a PR person, I could go so much further. So trying to recruit those folks, trying to find the right people, but it is a lonely road. I'm up to number 4. Social media. Okay, I've got this love-hate relationship with social media. I like to do the YouTube channel. I'm sick to death of Facebook. Instagram I can't keep up with, and few of those things actually turn into dollars for me. So I like to post personal stuff on Facebook. I love to do the YouTube, but the business turns social media into a job for me, and I don't enjoy a lot of it anymore. If I could get off of social media entirely and build my business through another way, so like being a guest on podcasts, writing blog posts, that's the direction I want to move in. There's so much clutter on social media, and everything, every piece of your life, you feel like you got to video it or record it, and the business piece creeps into whatever you thought you had your personal life. It's all now intermingled. All right, number 5. There's no magical formula. I have taken so many different courses and followed this and believed in all those people that, if all I have to do is do these Facebook ads. I've poured $10,000, I would say, at least, into Facebook ads. That wasn't the answer. I'd hire people to do them professionally. That wasn't the answer. I'd follow this formula. That wasn't the answer. There is no one size fits all. I know these people want to sell you that. But there isn't a magical formula. You got to figure out what is going to work for you, and it takes a lot of experimentation. But you're gonna be suckered in as an entrepreneur into buying into all these programs that promise big profits. You can follow that system to a T, and it doesn't work for you. Honestly, some of these systems I feel dirty with. You know, it's like, it's manipulative. I don't want to operate my business like that. I want to be upfront, and if that means I don't make as much money, so be it. But yeah, no magical formula. Number 6, I worked long hours in my previous career, but I'm working longer hours now, especially that first year, the first year and a half. And even now I'm working like a crazy person because I have really good, reliable internet cable. So I'm working really long hours. You know, I would love to get to the point where I have a 4-hour work week. I think that's a Tim Ferriss book, The 4-Hour Work Week. Eventually, I want to automate everything, but to start it up, you got to get everything in place, all your procedures in place, and it takes a long hours. And I go back to number 3. It's a lonely road. If you're doing it yourself, especially, it takes a long chunks of your days. Number 7, your mind is constantly active. So as an entrepreneur, I had this yesterday and the night before. I've got all these ideas. So I'm great at creating. I have all these products right now, like I'm putting together. I thought, well, you know what? My number 1 video is my catio video, and it's from the second video that I recorded on the road. And it's like, people stop by my catio all the time, say, wow, how'd you do that? I give people tours of my catio. It's like, I got to take advantage of that. So my mind is spinning. Go to Home Depot, get pieces. I want to do a demo. I'm going to put together a blueprint, sell the blueprint. Okay, that's an entrepreneur's mind. It keeps you spinning. It keeps you up at night. It's like you have new ideas. Now, it's also part of just being creative. So it's hard to shut off that entrepreneurial mind. All right, number 8, especially if you are new to this, find a good business coach. I did not get a business coach until maybe a year and a half into my business. It would have saved me a lot of time and trouble had I found a good business coach. Now, since then, I've moved into more of a group coaching program, but I still have a coach. When you think about the things that your business needs, the mission statement, what are your values, what are your opinions, what's your niche, what are your goals, what are you going to do for the first quarter, the second quarter, what's your social media calendar? There's a lot going on in the back end of a business that I had bits and pieces, but I didn't have the clarity. Now it's taken me, almost 3.5, 4 years. I've got the clarity now. I've experimented. I think I know what works, but a business coach would have led me here a lot sooner. Okay. Number 9, you have to be flexible and resilient. I can't tell you how many times I've changed things around. I've got a Gutsy Women Club that's on its 3rd iteration. Is this the iteration that sticks? How do I make it better? Are there things that aren't working? Are there things that are working? How do I take one thing that I've done and convert it into another program that's going to fit here? Resilient. When you're looking at, you're paying out of pocket every month, you're not earning a profit, expenses are there, the income just doesn't come in. You want to throw in the towel some days. So you got to be resilient. You got to really believe in what you're doing. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in creating magic, that it's all going to come together. I'm just missing a couple of pieces, but I believe in it. But I have to be resilient. I have got to just continue on this path, get the help that I need, and keep going. Number 10. And this took me a long time to learn. Again, you back up to people tell you got to do this formula. So if you're a financial coach, you have to have all these explorer or discovery sessions. So you got to have your calendar, have 15-minute slots, 20-minute slots for people to contact you. Then you got to set time aside for these individual coaching sessions. You know what? That doesn't work with the lifestyle I want. It doesn't work for me. I don't want to be at my laptop, sit there for a discovery session, and people don't show up. And even when they do, it doesn't necessarily mean a sale. And I've lost my time at the beach. I've lost my time in the mountains. I've lost my time hiking the trails. So I've moved to a place where work fits into my lifestyle. Okay, my work fits into life. Before, I had to fit my life into my work. And what I mean by that is I've moved to group coaching sessions. So I've got, a weekend a month, and I can take 10 women, financial freedom workshops for women, but that time is designated. I can set it up for a time when I'm pretty confident I'm going to have good internet. And then I created Gutsy Women Finances Community. So that's where my course is loaded up, and I can connect with folks and add downloads, add tools, provide resources, support, tools, advice for women in this community. So that fits better with my lifestyle, but boy, it took me a long time to get there. So I am still learning, still working very, very hard to get this business going in a self-sustaining, profitable direction. It hasn't been easy. It's been much more difficult than I had anticipated. If you are brand new to entrepreneurship, it's learn as much as you can. So I'm going to go through the top 10 again. You ready? Number 1, the learning curve is high. 2, the technology can make or break you. Number 3, it is, or it can be, a lonely road. 4, social media sometimes feels like a job. It does turn into a job. Number 5, there isn't a magical formula. Do what you can that fits with you. Number 6, expect to work long hours, at least when you're starting out. Number 7, an entrepreneur's mind is constantly active. Number 8, find a good business coach, find a good business group to belong to. Number 9, you gotta be flexible, you have to be resilient, you have to keep going. And number 10, build the business around your lifestyle. So those are my top 10 lessons. Hey, I would love for you to check out especially my Gutsy Women Finances community, gutsywomenfinances.com. I'm in the process of redoing my website, drbrendamoneycoach.com, so that it reflects my current offerings and my move toward group coaching and building that kick-ass community for women. All right, you guys, take care. If you are an entrepreneur, add some info in the comments. What have you learned? What are the lessons you learned? What's worked for you? What was a dead end? Share your information, share your knowledge. All right, guys, take care till another Money Monday.